Hello guys, welcome to CS Tech Solution. Today's is learn in UI/UX design. Today's is learn as a follow along so guides as add a gestures and the motions in the Figmas. In a Figmas, you can add a gestures and the motions to a prototypes to make your the designs as feel the attractive and as a realistic. Step 1 is create yours as a screen. As a first is create add last two frames as a examples. As a frame 1 is a home screens look like this, and second frame is a expanse details as show the expanse details, and make sure your the screens are as connected as logically, and the logically has to connect as of one frame to the another frame. Step 2 is open a prototypes mode, and as open your as a designs in the Figmas, and select the prototype tabs, and as look the image as prototypes modes as on, and open, and as select the prototypes tabs, and as select the elements you want the user to interact with, and as drag the prototypes as connectors to as destinations frames, and as connectors to connect one frame to the another frame. Step 3 is add a tap gestures as for buttons is select, and as a triggers as on click and as a tap, and action is a navigate to, and the designation is the next screens, and the animation says select a smart element, and or as an instance, and this image to show as a prototypes, and inside as a select the iterations in as tape to clicks, and as choice any as a triggers as to choice like the on click, on tap, and on tap as to select, and the actions as to show, and the animations as to select like the animations as to select as instance as disclose, and the smart elements, and many more options as to show, anyone has to select. And as a step 4 is add a sweep gestures as you can use a sweep iterations for screens, and such as onboardings or as image galleries, and the examples is sweep the left, and as show the next onboarding screens, as a choice as the trigger is a drag, and the interaction inside the plus signs is clicks, and choice as a drag, and as an action to navigate to the one screen to the another's, and as a animations, and animation to choice as a smart animator. Step 5 as a add on as a overlay. Overlays are as a useful for the menus, pop-ups, and as a as a dialogues. And the example is a tap menus icons, and clicks and open the navigations menu, and as a use the overlay as a open the overlays, and as a close then the clicking the outside, and is a add a switchables animation. Step 6 is add a smart animate, and the smart animate has to create a smooth and the transactions between frames, then as a matching the layers and exist in both the screens. Examples as before a small product card, and after as a large product details page, and the Figma can as a animate a matching elements as between the two frames. Step 7 says add a hover effect. Your as for the desktop designs, as create a different button states as a default, hovers, pressed, and disavailable able, and then as a connect the variant using the prototypes and the iterations. And the examples as a move and enter the buttons is change to the hover states. And step 8 is add interactive components, as interactive components are the useful for the reusables elements such as a toggle switch, checkbox, buttons as drop downs, navigations menus. And the examples, tape toggles is change from the off or on. Step 9 is a reviews your the prototypes, as a click the present and play the buttons to a text your as a prototype, and check does the tapes is works, and does the sweep the fills naturals, and is the animations to as a slow, and does the transactions is make a sense, and can the user says easily to understand and what has happened. And examples as expanse tracker shapes, as you cloud and create this the interactions is flow as a dashboard to move as a tap, as add the expanse and add the expand screens, and tap as a save the success animation to show the navigate to, and after as a expanse list to show, and tap the expanse as expanse details, and tap the delete, and the confirmations dialog box has to show. And this make your as a static mockups as feel like a real working application. Thank you to watch the videos. Please subscribe the channel, on the notification and bell icon.